war, famine, cancer, the Paul brothers. Which one is the worst?
Good question.
HBO had the same question, and last month they came out with the show Paul American, a reality TV series that, quote, peels back the curtain on the most raw, honest, and intimate moments in the brothers' over-the-top, high-octane lives. My first reaction, probably like yours, was I'd rather make snow angels in a pile of needles and then butterfly swim in a pool of broken glass than watch a single episode of the Paul brothers reality TV show. Critics had a similar reaction. This obnoxious series featuring Jake and Logan Paul constantly self-promoting and aggrandizing themselves every chance they get. We don't need more Paul brothers content. Repellent and noxiously loud. Some of the clips that have come out from Paul American have been incredibly funny and have made me want to watch more of the show.
Come across like a woke asshole, but like...
Sound it out.
Dude, women have it hard.
Yeah. Obviously the show's going to be terrible, so why am I making this video? Well, think of Jackass, a franchise that's built on watching people get hit in the balls. I'm assuming you don't want to watch the show. I don't either. But the difference is I'm a whore for content much in the same way the Paul brothers are. So I'm going to suffer through an episode of this and metaphorically get kicked in the balls by Logan and Jake. Will this experience turn me into a Paul American? Or will it force me to commit seppuku with a dull and rusty teaspoon? Will I get some valuable insight into Jake and Logan's lives? Or will it turn my brain into a jelly-like substance that slowly drips out of my nose over the course of 45 minutes?
Good question.
I'm watching my first episode of Paul American. I'm deciding to do this on a day where I have a splitting headache. I'm going to start with episode 1, which is cleverly titled, and we'll see how it goes, okay?
I'm trading crypto.
Sorry, I'm trading crypto.
This dude made like $2 million on a crypto transaction this morning.
They then go through a standard photo shoot where Jake Paul is like wearing panties and lighting $100 bills on fire with a blowgun. Kind of standard stuff. Surely there'll be no like brotherly incest comments, right?
A little erotic, bro. Like if we're both in these, at what point do we go from being brothers to lovers?
First it was White Lotus, now it's Paul American. HBO knows a thing or two about brothers being jerk-offs, am I right? Stunningly, they actually do bring up some of their many controversies. This was obviously like, I don't know, 10 years ago, but I can't believe how stupid he looks when he's finding the hanging body in the suicide forest. He's got like the Toy Story hat on. It's like if I put on a little propeller hat and I walked onto the highway and I waited for somebody to have a fatal accident on a motorcycle, and then I was like, oh my God, are those his intestines? If the Paul brothers are going to become kind of likable in this show, they're going to have a villain, right? I wonder who it could be. Maybe it's Greg, the outspoken dad.
Cancel culture can suck my ass all day long. Go fuck yourself.
Whoa, oh my God, I'm so sorry, grown man with cut-off t-shirt, under cut-off flannel, with dual leather bracelets. I didn't realize that you had a knife in one of your leather bracelets. I'm quivering in fear. Also meet some of the other family. We've got Pam, the peacekeeping mom, Nina Ogdahl, the supermodel fiance, and also Judah, the world champion speed skating girlfriend. Jake Paul describes their relationship in a pretty funny way.
I feel like we're on love on the spectrum.
He doesn't elaborate on it. I don't know if he knows what that show's about, but that's a pretty hilarious way to describe your relationship with your world champion speed skating girlfriend. There's some kind of beef with Randy Orton that I didn't know about. Like, Randy Orton gives Jake a classic gesture, and then Jake complains,
but how in the world is Randy Orton coming for me? He is a full-grown adult wearing a diaper.
After like a 2-minute montage of Jake's brother as a grown man in a diaper. So, God, dude, my head hurts so fucking bad watching this. A lot of it is also just stroke jobbing Jake and Logan about how good they are at going viral. And to give them credit, I am making a video about their TV show, so maybe I'm the loser here. But it is just like, God, man, can you just stop? To be honest, I know nothing about the Paul brothers. I can't believe how much shit that they just lit on fire and became super famous for. Like, there's a whole montage of them lighting a mattress on fire and then pouring gas all around their house and like jumping off of a Christmas tree. And I just wonder, like, who was the target audience for this? Because it seems to be like, I'm watching this like it's a science project. Like I'm watching monkeys learn how to read. I didn't know they had a rap beef. They're the worst songs I've ever heard.
Little brother Jakey try to roast me? What?
There's a fine piece of wisdom from Greg.
Dudes don't fuck other dudes, girls. Like, if you're a dude and you're a bro, you stay away from that tail. There's plenty of tail out there. You don't need to rail the tail that your other buddy was railing.
Amen, Greg. There is always better tail to rail than your bro's tail, who you shouldn't rail because that's his tail. One thing that's kind of funny is Jake Paul said he got the idea to fight Mike Tyson by taking an ayahuasca trip.
I met like Mother Ayahuasca. It showed me how like our souls are intertwined in some weird way.
Mike Tyson, famous for making great decisions. Mike Tyson says,
That's amazing, Jake. That's amazing.
I just checked, I've got 17 minutes left on this episode.
I've been better, to be honest.
I was planning on making like a couple videos to cover more of the show, but I think if I do that, I'll literally die. Each word that they say feels like somebody's putting a cigarette out on the temporal lobe of my brain. I'm getting IBS watching this show, and I think it's because the gas in my butt is coming out as a fart, and it's attracted to the other farts that are on the television screen. They're fart magnets, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Now, this show is an attempt to humanize them, but it's actually making me nauseous, like I just got off a tilt-a-whirl and drank a gallon of Fireball and then did 1,000 burpees. One person in the entire show who seems like she's relatively well-adjusted is Nina Agdal. There's a scene where Logan tries to like give her a PowerPoint to pitch her on the TV show, and she's apprehensive.
Well, I mean, I definitely don't know if I want to have a child and a baby and do all of that while we're doing a new show.
Katy Perry was pregnant and performing.
That's Katy Perry. She wants to be famous and she's a superstar.
Jake and his girlfriend are a little bit more gross.
Before this was my good side, and now actually this is my good side. It's so weird.
All your sides are good.
I know.
Even your insides.
Aw. Well, you investigated them. So.
One thing that's abundantly clear watching this show is that they're the way they are because of their dad. He's a fucking psychopath. They have like a nice little family meeting where they're talking about, you know, we gotta like build each other up and stick together and yada yada yada. And then their dad just chimes in like,
You know what? You say that shit like you said one time. I'm a liability. Shut the fuck up. Name a time. No. Wait. Where have I been a liability? Name a time. Part of the show, and that guy was boring as fuck.
Bro, he's
I don't give a fuck who he is. He's boring as fuck.
Bro,
and everybody
that's
else
just
is
rude. That's just rude.
No, it's not rude. It's rude that we got to sit through it. If you would have signed with him, I would have been on. Fuck that. I didn't insult him. It was the fucking truth. You want to talk about a liability? It's your fucking manager. Okay, get over it, man. What the fuck?
Do you feel like you've gotten the clarity you needed?
After I punch you in the face.
fucking relax, dude. Jesus Christ. And then he admits that he wants to do just a little tiny bit of domestic terrorism, no big deal.
If I could blow up all of LA right now with a button, I'd fucking do it in a heartbeat.
We can also get pretty in the weeds about Nina Agdal taking a pregnancy test. You can hear the P sounds, so let's do a live action watching that.
Peeing on... No, Quinn, move.
Oh, look. She's pregnant. No way. Wow. What a cliffhanger. I wonder what they'll do.
Dude, women have it hard.
Yeah. I feel like I might have a fever. All right. Oh, thank fucking God that's over. I thought I'd be able to make a larger point about this show after watching a full episode, but it's actually just dog shit reality TV. They're dickheads, and they're aware that they're dickheads, which I think makes it much worse. Their whole family sucks. Their dad's a huge asshole. I guess my thesis is if you're looking to become a Paul American, they're not going to teach you how to become a Paul American in this show. I went in here trying to get some tips and tricks on how to become a Paul American, and I'm going to leave here with reality TV-induced heartburn. Unless people beg me to, I'm not going to watch any more episodes of this. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what else you'd like to see out of this channel. I'm still kind of trying some new shit out, so see you later.